Put your phone down right now. Look at whatever you are drinking. That beer, wine, or cocktail sip. You just did something 10 million years old. Before humans even walked the earth. Before farming, before writing, before cities. Your monkey ancestors were already getting drunk. Here's how it started. 10 million years ago in Africa, a small primate found rotten fruit. The fruit sat too long on ground. Yeast turned its sugar into ethanol. The primate ate it anyway. Then it felt weird and dizzy. That feeling was alcohol for first time. It had no idea what happened, but the primate liked that feeling. So it kept eating fermented fruit. Over millions of years, evolution kicked in. Your ancestors evolved to seek alcohol because ethanol meant ripe fruit, full calories. That craving got baked into your DNA. By the time humans appeared on Earth, the taste for alcohol was already there. You did not learn to like beer. You were born wanting to drink. Now here is the shocking truth. Scientists once thought alcohol came after farming. First build villages, then invent beer. But a cave in Israel destroys that story. Raqefet cave near Haifa 13,000 years ago. Hunter-gatherers lived there without any farms. They carved stone bowls into solid bedrock. Inside those bowls, scientists found barley residue. The barley had been soaked and sprouted. That process is called malting for beer. These nomads brewed alcohol before growing food. They collected wild grain by hand. Then they fermented it into booze. 13,000-year-old cave beer. Now let us go to Turkey, a place called Göbekli Tepe. Massive stone pillars weighing 10 tons each. Workers carved snakes, foxes, and scorpions. No one lived there, no homes, no kitchens. Builders were still hunting and gathering. They had no pottery or permanent houses, but they built the world's first temple. And next to those giant stone circles, archaeologists found huge stone vats. Chemical residue showed fermented grain inside. People made beer in massive amounts. They traveled from hundreds of miles away to drink together at Göbekli Tepe. So here's the big question. Why did humans start farming anyway? Most people say bread was the reason, but a top scientist disagrees completely. Patrick McGovern studies ancient alcohol worldwide. He argues beer came before bread. Bread needs grinding, kneading, and baking. That is a lot of complicated work. But beer just needs grain and water. Fermentation happens all by itself. The desire to drink is incredibly strong, stronger than wanting slightly different bread. If McGovern is right, this changes everything. Alcohol did not come after civilization started. Alcohol might be why civilization started. Now let me prove it to you. Head over to central China, a Neolithic village called Jiahu. 9,000 years ago, people lived there. Archaeologists found pottery jars inside them. Chemical residue from a fermented drink. The ingredients shocked everyone. Rice, honey, grapes, and hawthorn berries. That is right, a 9,000-year-old cocktail. Not just beer, but a blended recipe. Someone carefully chose every single ingredient. They knew exactly what they were doing. This is the oldest known alcohol recipe anywhere on planet Earth. So hunter-gatherers made beer in caves. Then they made cocktails in China. Alcohol was everywhere before farming. Now let me ask you something personal. Have you ever wondered about Egypt? The pyramids, those giant stone tombs. Who built them and what they drank? Here is what most history books hide. Workers who built the pyramids got paid. Paid in beer, not gold or coins. 4 to 5 liters every single day. That was their actual salary. Think about drinking 5 liters daily. The Nile River water was dangerously contaminated. Drinking straight water could kill you. But beer was boiled during brewing. So beer was cleaner and safer to drink. It kept thousands of workers alive. In the brutal Egyptian desert heat, that beer also contained calories and nutrients. A laborer dragging heavy limestone blocks needed every calorie he could get. Beer was his lunch, his salary, and his water. Egyptians also believed beer was a gift. The god Osiris created beer for humans. They used it in temple offerings, in burial rituals for the dead. Doctors mixed herbs into beer too. They prescribed it for stomach problems, for infections, and even for fevers. Beer was medicine, pray, paycheck, and meal, all from one single clay cup. So let us zoom out now. 10 million years ago, monkeys ate fermented fruit. 13,000 years ago, nomads brewed beer. 12,000 years ago, people built temples to drink. 9,000 years ago, they had cocktail recipes. 5,000 years ago, beer paid pyramid workers. Here is the full picture now. Alcohol did not come after civilization. Alcohol helped build every single part. The craving started 10 million years ago. Your monkey ancestors could not resist fermented fruit. Evolution turned that into a survival tool. Then humans learned to make it themselves. Before they learned to grow wheat, before they learned to bake bread, before they built permanent houses, they built places to drink together. Göbekli Tepe was a party temple. Raqefet Cave was a brewery pit stop. Jiahu villagers mixed fancy fruit cocktails. Egyptian workers survived on beer rations. So here is the crazy truth. Every time you take a sip, you are doing something ancient, something deeply wired into your body. Your brain still wants alcohol like cavemen did. Not because you are weak, because 10 million years of evolution, 10 million years of fermented fruit, 10 million years of that dizzy good feeling. It all lives inside your DNA right now. The drink in your hand right now, it is connected to a small primate, reaching for rotten fruit on a forest floor, long before humans had a name, long before anyone wrote anything down, long before cities, kings, or money. That same impulse drives you today. We just got better at making it. Better ingredients, better recipes, better glasses. But the reason has never changed. Now I want to ask you something. Look at your glass again. Do you see history in there? Because I do. Every single time. So here's my question for you. What are you drinking right now? Comment below with your drink. Beer, wine, cocktail, or something else. I read every single comment. And if this video blew your mind, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the 5-Minute Mentor, because we uncover ancient secrets every week. Your ancestors want you to share this. Send it to the friend you drink with. Tell them they are sipping history. That is 10 million years in one glass. Now go enjoy your drink. You just earned it. Cheers, my friend. See you next time.